Harriet Dart has talked up British players after 4 women reached the quarter-final at the same WTA Tour event for the first time. It comes after Dan Evans blasted the state of British tennis. Harriet Dart has applauded her fellow Brits after being one of 4 to reach the quarter-finals in Nottingham for the first time in WTA history. The 26-year-old followed it up with a second successive quarter-final appearance a week later in Birmingham. Her comments come after Dan Evans launched a rant over the state of British tennis and questioned why the women didn't play more after the Billie Jean King Cup. Dart is enjoying an impressive start to the grass court season, reaching back-to-back quarterfinals on the WTA Tour for the first time. The world number 135 was part of a historic lineup of 4 British women in the last 8 in Nottingham, losing to eventual champion and compatriot Katie Boulter. Boulter faced barrage in the first all-British WTA final since 1977 and reached a career high of number 77 as she re-entered the top 100. It came just weeks after 0 British women made it into the main draw of the French Open, with none of them sitting inside the top 100 until Boulter's triumph. Dart has now commended the efforts shown by the current crop of British women at the recent grass court events. She said, "I think it's great that we have a good crop of girls coming through, and especially it shows in Nottingham. I think it was 4 of us first time in the quarters for I can't remember how long, a long time." Addressing recent concerns over the state of British women's tennis, she added, "And it just shows that okay, we didn't have anyone in the top 100, we've got one back into top 100, I'm hoping to get back into there." Jodie Barrage is at a career high and Heather has been playing great and going to be getting her ranking back up too. "So I think it's great to see. I think more than anything it shows that all of us have the level, and if one person can do it, all of us can do it as well." It comes after Evans launched a scathing review of British tennis and questioned why the players on the BJK Cup team didn't compete the week after losing their qualifier tie. "As a nation, we're picking and choosing what tournaments we play and we're ranked 200 in the world," he said. "I'm not going to bag the girls here, but no one played after the BJK Cup in Coventry. There's some cultural thing about resting and all that. It's not new. Maybe they've got too much money or something. I think players need to compete more week in week out. The players need to get out on the road and just get after it. It's not like Terry's great science behind it. I mean, it can be hard on the tour, but you need to be at it. But the women have been putting in the hard yards on the grass." Where Dart admitted they could make the most of opportunities like getting wildcards into tour-level events. The British number 4 also cleared up claims that Brits did better on grass because they got to play on it more, as she explained their success on the surface. She explained, "It's funny because a lot of the foreigners think that we grew up on grass, which I think is not correct. We grew up on in or hard because let's be frank, the weather is not good enough in this country for us to play enough on grass. But I think what we do have to our benefit is that as soon as clay season is done, we are the first to hit on the grass, having a lot of courts in this country. I think a lot of people, before they even step foot in the UK, probably haven't hit on a grass court. So we do get those extra days, and I guess over the years just being exposed from juniors. Even if it is a short period of time, we've had that opportunity to play grass court tournaments, whether that's Junior Roehampton, Junior Wimbledon, and I think year on year you get better and better. Whereas I think for some of the foreign players, I think some of the senior players probably haven't even hit on a grass court until they've actually come to Wimbledon." Dart also thought that the home crowd was key, adding, "So I guess we have that as an advantage and maybe that's why we do better. But also I think a lot of us thrive with the home support, the home crowd, you kind of feed off it. We do get a lot of Brits coming to other tournaments during the year, but there's nothing like playing on home soil."